Hey, this is Tim here. I just wanted to explain how I value Million Token. So Million Token with a max supply of 1 million, there's really only one comparison and that to me is Bitcoin. Um, so the way I see it, if you divide each Bitcoin and Million Token by like a million, you come up with, 1 million token equals 21 Bitcoin. As far as, the equal slice of the pie. Current price I'm making the video for Million Token is like $120.67, and then here's Bitcoin's current price. So if you want to be a top 1%er for Bitcoin, Blockworks Group says you need 0.28 Bitcoin to be in the top 1% richest of the world. I've seen that floating around a lot, somewhere around like a quarter of a Bitcoin, but I'll just go with this. So, you need something less than this for Million Token because it's only 1 million, right? Bitcoin's got 21 million. So you could divide that by 21 and you get this number, zero point zero 0.01 repeating threes million token. Now, today's current price of 120.67, if you multiply that with that amount of million token, that only comes out to $1.61. So if you want to be in the future, if this thing takes off, and you want to be a 1%er of million token, all you need to spend right now is a buck 61. So again, a review to be a 1%er for Bitcoin, you need 0.28, which is going to cost you $8,907, or you can be pay a buck 61. Now you're not going to get rich overnight, obviously, right? This is like future and like speculation, but when I saw Tech League's first video, my wheels were in my head were turning. The thing about this is that what nobody's talking about is just no coin inflation. Like all the coins are out in circulation. Remember what XRP did, like when it first came out? Because it was so cheap and everything. It was wildly successful at first, but there was the company or whatever like had most of the supply and dumped on investors, right? What do you think our XRP would have done if that didn't happen, right? So that just kind of gives you an idea of what Million Token is going to do. So if you're an XRP holder, you know what I'm talking about. So there's no coin inflation. I really can't put it into words, but abstractly thinking, I know this is going to have an exponential effect on the price. There's no miners selling on you to pay for their equipment or moving or electricity bills, employees or whatever. So you're not going to have this sell pressure like every 4 years, which causes the bear market. At least not with this coin. Now, I'm not saying it's not going to drop every 4 years because when Bitcoin drops, the whole market drops. Or if there's a stock market that drops, everything is going to crash because everybody's going to be scared. But I'm just saying you don't have that additional selling pressure, okay? And everybody is talking about Bitcoin's, energy consumption, right? I don't need to get into all that, but you don't have that concern with Million Token, okay? That's going to be a very political thing that everybody's going to be talking about. But again, that was just something I was thinking of. So, as a Bitcoin holder, I also have some concerns. Like, what, in 100 plus years, when the max supply is reached, there is some concerns. Everybody's asking, what's going to happen if the miners don't get those rewards? There's no more Bitcoin. Now, I'm not personally worried about it because I'm going to be long dead by then. But this is just a concern, and they're going to be paid probably by, you know, transfer fees or whatever. But there's a certain element of uncertainty, and most people alive now probably aren't worrying about it. But this is just something I'm concerned about with Million Token. It's going to go on forever because it's on the Ethereum blockchain, and the whole max supply is already out there, and it's working right now. Not to say it might be replaced by something else, and I will keep an eye out for it. But this is my speculative investment on Million Token, and these are the reasons why. So, as a Bitcoin holder, I do like the security and I do like the decentralization. However, you're paying a huge price for that, right? And that might be okay with you. I mean, I'm not selling I haven't sold any of my Bitcoin, okay, to buy my million token, but I might at some point in the future. Um, Now that the price is dropping to, I think like now it's dropping to 120 from 220. So we did have like a 61% drop at one point and went down to like 80 bucks, I think. I might be cashing out some Bitcoin if it goes much lower than that, but we'll just wait and see. Um, but security concerns, Vitalik, he's got like I don't know how many millions or whatever Ethereum on the blockchain, right? And nobody's stolen it. So for me, I'm okay with that. And decentralization concerns, you know, for now, if it works, I'm okay with it. And I'm also okay losing my entire million token position. So, with the money I put in, I was okay losing. And but there are some cons to this that the Bitcoiners will bring up, I'm sure. In fact, hardly anybody is talking about it right now. Just Andre Geek and Tech Lead are the big channels that are talking about this. And I I think some of the Bitcoiners are kind of scared because some of the popular channels they just don't want to talk about it. They think it's a scam and everything. And I hear this same thing years ago when I was talking about Bitcoin, and I went in anyway, right? Nobody I spoke to believed in me. They all thought it was a Ponzi, and I hear the same thing again with Million Token. And I'm telling you, the fundamentals are the same thing that I saw like 10 years ago. Okay, so if you had $1,000 investment today, you can get about 8.28 million tokens, or you can get 0.0314 Bitcoin. And like, if you're going to buy crypto, you're going to have to hold on to it. Just, you know, I'm just a buy and a holder. I'll wait years, okay? So you're going to have the same amount of supply as day one, as in day, 10 years later, and same with Bitcoin. And this is the percent supply of Bitcoin that you're going to have with that $1,000 investment. And this is the supply you're going to have of the token 10 years later. I think Million Token is going to take a huge chunk out of Bitcoin's market cap. Not going to happen overnight. Probably not. It's going to take years, right? Because you got a wall of money going into Bitcoin with Grayscale and probably an ETF and everything. Let them have it. Let the institutions. They don't know a good thing when they see it. They have to wait until it becomes like a billion-dollar, trillion-dollar market cap before they decide to put money in. You could put money in this right now. Now, for me, the alpha on this is unreal. I mean, everybody's still talking about Bitcoin, and hardly anybody's talking about this on the major YouTube channels. When they're gonna start talking about it because it's gonna go up like a rocket ship. Um, and I think in my lifetime, there's a good chance that the market cap for Million Token is going to flip, mainly because of this no coin inflation. Okay, and the energy for the reasons I basically said before. I don't need to get into it. Okay, so I hope that explains how I think in terms. So when I see the price of of where it is now, I'm happy with my supply that I bought, but I want the early people that believe in this project to buy in before me. You know, I'm putting out videos telling what I'm going to buy. At the 0.68 fib or whatever. Like I think I'm going to buy some more at 90 bucks. That gives you guys plenty of time to scoop up some cheap tokens. Now, if I buy at $90 and it goes down lower, I'm going to buy. Then I'm going to buy some more. I'm going to buy some more, and I'm going to hold for 10 some years or whatever. I bought at the top in 2017, and I held all the way down, and then buying too, by the way, and I kept buying all the way up to 14,000. We had another crash, right, to 3,700 or something. Kept buying all the whole time, and then it went up, and then we had crash like 50% in 24 hours from COVID in March of whatever year that was, and then I kept buying, and it paid off. You know, if you believe in this project, and I just don't see how this is going to fail. Okay, so, but you have to hold. If you don't, if you're going to buy and not hold for years, you're going to get scared when the price drops. I mean, you know, it's just, you know, just got to listen to the people that have been in these cycles before you, and they all say the same thing. You just hold. If you don't sell, the price has to go up. It's just that simple. So, you know, if you could put $100 in here, you could probably pay for like your kids' college education when they grow up. You know, if you have a newborn or something, you know, just forget about it. This is gonna blow up just like it did in the early Bitcoin days. And you could look on TradingView, go to BLX, and look how wild those volatility swings were, from like, you know, going up to 1,000. You had multiple 30, 40, 50% drops before crashing back down to, you know, whatever it was, $200, you know. So everybody knows the story, but these are the reasons why I think Million Tokens so undervalued. And you guys are gonna sell at $120 to people that are going to just scoop them up. You know, it just got listed on Gate.io and some other exchange today. You know, these exchanges are going to need these tokens, and you're you're selling them to them on like pennies on the dollar. I really just can't believe it. But anyway, those are my thoughts. Hope that explains. See ya.